Alright YouTube, so today I'm going to do a video about the 5 things that I like and 5 things that I dislike about the new Harley Davidson 1250 Special. The Special has almost all the features. It's missing a few that I really like, and that's a few things holding me back. But hopefully Harley Davidson pulls a fast one and comes out with a sport touring version of the same bike that has more emphasis on touring than it does on adventure. Right now it's an adventure touring bike, but it's more of an adventure bike than a touring bike. I wish it was a little bit more of a touring bike than an adventure bike, like this bike right here. So this bike is my 2019 Kawasaki Versus 1000 SELT Plus. And what that means is this bike that leans very heavily on touring rather than adventure. So you can't really take the bike off-road. So these are the 5 things I like and 5 things I dislike. Number 1, the engine. I think the engine is freaking phenomenal. I think it's incredible. It's a great engine. It puts out 150 horsepower at like 5,000 RPM. It's got like 92 foot-pounds of torque or 94 foot-pounds of torque, plenty of torque. It's a fast motor. It's a higher revving motor, which I like. Item number 2 that I like about the Harley. Number 1 is the engine. Number 2 is the TFT screen. What I really like about that, okay? What I like about that TFT screen is you can connect your phone to it and use their apps. Now, what I don't like is that I'll get to what I don't like later. So we'll just do the things I like. So I like the size of the screen. I like the brightness of the screen. I haven't got a chance to see it in person. I'm wanting to, but from the videos that I've seen, I've really liked it. I think it's a great step in the right direction to have really connectivity with the maps coming up on the screen and all your information on the screen. I think that's fantastic. That's a great thing. All right, number 3. So number 1 was the engine. Number 2 was the TFT screen. Number 3, I like the styling of the bike. I think it's a good looking bike. I like the bags for it. I think the bags look fantastic. They look like they'd be awesome. I like how they fill from the top. Now, I've seen people in Europe complain that the bags fill from the top. They say it's nice that the sides open. I was watching a video yesterday about the 1250 RT or whatever, the sport touring. The sport touring BMW, not the adventure touring, but the sport touring one, the new one with the adaptive cruise control. And the guy said in Europe, he said they open up from the side like they should. And I thought, well, okay, I'll explain the things I don't like about them opening from the side is the same things I don't like about the way mine open from the side. Is if the bike's on its side stand, leaning to the left, and you open the bag on the left, everything falls out. You have to put it under the little strap. So your stuff like falls out, like bobbles out of the bike. So I don't like that. Number 4, I like the adjustable suspension. Not just electronic, but I like the fact that it drops down when you stop. You can have a thing that will set the bike to lower when you come to a complete stop, and it makes it easier to flat foot the bike. That's brilliant. Harley Davidson invented something very useful for motorcycles by doing that. And that's not something that you know, that's a gimmick. That's a really, really great idea. And I'm surprised that BMW, honestly, I'm very surprised that a company like BMW, whose adventure touring bikes are tall, didn't think of that, because their sport touring bike is lower. It's easier to get on and off of because it's lower to the ground. So shorter riders, I'm 6 foot tall, so it's not a big deal for me to reach the ground on this bike, right? This one's high. It's not that it's so high, but the seat is wide. And with the wide seat like this, it's hard to flat foot the bike. I can't flat foot this bike. So I would like it if when I came to a stop, like at a stoplight or anywhere, that the bike would almost instantaneously drop down. So the fifth thing that I like about the Harley is the fact that it gets Harley riders to appreciate bikes other than big, slow, loud cruisers. I mean, you think about it. For years, everybody with a Harley would say, oh, you know, I don't need anything that fast. I don't need anything that's like that. You guys on your sport bike, you guys on your fast little crotch rockets that aren't loud, this dude's in my lane. Come on, people, stay in your lane. That's the whole reason for this road. It's fun. That guy was halfway in my lane. You gotta watch out around here. Anyway, you know, for all the Harley guys, I've seen so many of them now that are looking at those bikes and going, this is pretty nice. I like this. You know, they take it for a ride. They're like, whoa, this thing's got some power. Yeah, welcome to the sportier riding. Welcome to the adventure touring riding where the bikes actually have power. Isn't that amazing? That's great that you guys like this now. So maybe they'll take a different outlook on it and start really appreciating. I'm going slow through this corner. I don't know why. I like going fast. Anyway, let's pick it up. Anyway, so that's another thing that I really like about it is how the Harley riders are now starting to really appreciate the higher speed, the higher performance. I like that. I like that they're coming into this, into 2021, 2022 with a new appreciation for this style bike, this style right here, the one that like I'm on. So, and also they might see this style bike now and not think, oh, he's just on a crotch rocket, because this is not a crotch rocket, and neither is the Harley Davidson. So, now now we get to go over the 5 things that I dislike. And they're not really dislikes or gripes as much as they are about things that I wish that were different or that I hope they change on them. So number one, the number one thing I dislike, and it's not the engine or any of this stuff, is there's no quick shifter. That's the number one thing I dislike about the bike. My favorite feature on this bike, when I bought this bike in 2019, I didn't think it was going to be my favorite feature, but my favorite feature on this bike is the quick shifter. It's incredible. It's my favorite thing on this bike. Second dislike about Harley, the price. Now you guys will say, well, it's the same price as the BMW, you know, it's the same price or a little bit less than the BMW. Yeah, but it's not anywhere close to the price of this one. So I already have a bike that has the quick shifter. I already have a bike that has a throttle by wire with cruise control. I already have a bike that has heated hand grips. I already have a bike that has a fast motor that's fast from 0 to 60, that goes fast, that's great on the highway. I already have a bike that has hard bags. I already have a bike that has electronic suspension, ABS braking, cornering lighting. I already have a bike that has all the features that bike has, except for the connectivity in the screen. That's the only thing that bike has that mine doesn't. As far as, and the ride lowering thing. The thing that ride lowering and the connectivity in the screen. I have an awesome TFT screen. You can see it right there. It's an awesome screen on this bike. And it tells me everything I need to know. And it's got the temperature, and it's got lean angle, and it's got all this other cool stuff on it. But it doesn't connect your phone. There's a Bluetooth connectivity app for this, but it doesn't put the maps up on the screen. So I still have my maps on my GPS. As you can see, my GPS is on. So it doesn't go on the screen and allow me to put my phone in my pocket or something. Oh, that's another thing I wish the Harley had. Wish it had a compartment to put your phone in with a wireless charger in it. You got it where it connects to the screen, right? But then you don't have a way to charge your phone without a cord or a mount or something like this, like a wireless charging mount, like I have here, which I like on this, but I wish this bike had it. You know, BMW has a thing where you put, it's got a pocket here on the dash, on the fairing. You unlock it, you throw your phone in it, and it's got a little thing that clicks your phone in, and it's got a wireless charging pad in there with a fan that cools your phone. Number 3, and this is actually a hard list to do. This has been a hard list to make, is the things that I dislike, because I like so much about the bike. And that's what's when I'm being completely objective about things that I like and dislike. I'm not just saying stuff because I hate Harley. I don't hate Harley. That's what I've said from the very beginning. I don't hate Harley at all. I want them to succeed. I want this bike to be successful. And honestly, if I was looking at a new bike today and that bike was a little bit better priced, competitively priced with the bike that I have, like with this one, then I would definitely probably buy it. If I was looking today, I would be real close to just buying the Harley. So let me, especially not knowing about the quick shifter like I didn't when I got this bike. I knew it had a quick shifter, but I didn't realize how much I'd like it. You know what I mean? I didn't know how much I'd like it until I had it. Now that I have it, I can see getting a bike without it. Okay. The third thing, I wish the bike had adaptive cruise control. So the BMW, the new BMW, has adaptive cruise control. This bike here, the next model, next year, it's supposed to come with adaptive cruise control. Kawasaki's adding adaptive cruise control to this bike. If you're doing long touring, highway touring and stuff like that, adaptive cruise control is a fantastic thing to have. It should. And the 5th thing, and this goes with price, the price, and like I said about the price of the bike. So when I mentioned for the price, I'm serious. I like the price of the bike as it is now. I think the price is right about right. 20 grand is just about right. But when you compare that bike to the BMW, yeah, it's competitive. But when you compare it to anything else, like this bike, it's not. So this bike here, you can get a brand new 2021 Kawasaki Versys 1000, just like this, with the hard luggage, with all the features, almost all the features that bike has, almost, for $18,000, for a couple $1,000s less. And you're like, well, it's only $19,20, it's only like $2 grand. But that's without bags. This bike comes with bags for that price. This has our hard bags with 1 key. The other thing is keyless. I wish it was keyless, but anyway, so that's with bags, and that's 18 for this one, and that was for this model. Now let me tell you about when I bought my bike. This bike was 17, it was almost 18,000, 17.5 or something like that is how much this exact bike was listed for, with this paint job and everything. This bike was listed for 17 something. It was 17 something all through the year. I bought it in August, the end of August 20th or something like that, somewhere around there. I got this bike for 14,000 and something, like 14.5 or 14.9, whatever, just under 15 grand. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, it's 5 grand less, and it came with bags. And it has a center stand, and it has heated grips, and it has cruise control, and it has a TFT, and it has like 90% of the features of that bike. And it has electronic suspension, and it has cornering, it has all the features, and it was $5,000 less, and it has more because it has the bags. The bags are a big deal. A lot of people don't like the bags. My son-in-law makes fun. He's like, that bike looks better without the bags. Not to me. To me, it looks better with the bags. I like the look of a bike with bags on it. All right, so now that you've heard the 5 things that I like and 5 things that I dislike about the new Harley, from my perspective, what do you guys think? Do you like videos like this? Give it a thumbs up, thumbs down if you dislike it. Would you like to see more content like this on my channel? And also, what do you guys think about the new Harley? Does it seem like a pretty cool bike, a bike that you would want to buy or that you would want to have? Or are you the kind of person that does more off-road and you want to do more off-road? Like you want an actual enduro type of bike. So let me explain the three things that I've got here. So I'm shooting with the GoPro Fusion 360 camera. This footage right now is with the Nikon Z90 or Z50, Z90. I wish it was a Z90. They'll probably come out with a Z90 because this camera is phenomenal. Look at this. Look at the footage in this camera. This camera is really, really good. So this is the Z50 with the kit 16-50 lens with an ND filter on it so that I can get the shallow depth of field. The box is staying right on my face. It's perfect for vlogging. I'm actually holding it on one of these little a Rilo, just like a selfie stick. I'm actually holding it on a selfie stick right now. So it's not perfectly stable. I'm not using the gimbal that I use, my Moza, because I just threw this in the bag real quick. I'm recording on the onboard microphones. I didn't even hook up the lapel mic because I was too lazy to pull it off my helmet. But anyway, so you're hearing the cars and stuff go by. But I think it's good enough. I'm close enough to the camera, so I don't really have to do that. But so anyway, I got an ND filter on this. I turned it down, adjusted it to how I wanted it. And then the other camera, my helmet camera is the Venture, and it's shooting at 4K 30. It shoots 4K 60, but it looks a little softer to me. So I shot at 4K 30 and 1080p, and it seems super clear and sharp. So that's the three cameras. What do you guys think of them? Does it look like a pretty good vlogging setup? I just wish it had the microphone input on the Venture. So I have to actually put the Tascam recorder in my pocket and hook the purple panda up to my up inside my helmet to get my voice as I'm riding. But anyway, so that's that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe and like so that you get notified when I post new videos, which I do just about weekly, maybe. Sometimes it's a week or two, but every week or so I post a video, and just for fun. I'm not making a living on this. Nobody paid me for any of this stuff, you know, to do any of this. It's just my hobby. It's what I like to do. And if you guys like watching this kind of stuff, if you think this is good content and want to watch it, go ahead and subscribe. Take it easy. I'm out.